Do you want me to take off my shoes?
You can if you want to get comfy.
Okay, I'll leave them on because they'll keep me warm.
All right.
Yeah. You looking for me, you can find me at the spot. Chopping it up with Jonah, we talking about what's hot on the block. Up in Dago, man, we bumping. Keeping it confidential, you notice how we coming, we in front. Looking for that real, better tune in and stick by. Put on for the city every time that I dip by. Getting to that gritty every time that we sit down. Promise you it's real every time that I get round. Come on. Been in the field playing, we work.
All right, welcome back, Barbershop Confidential, the podcast. It's your host, Jonah, and today's guest she's back from the audio version, so now you guys get to see her.
The visuals.
Suzzy's in the house. What's up, Suzzy?
What's up? It's your girl, Suzzy.
Yeah. Miss San Diego, though, you be out here.
I be out here.
You be out here doing music thing.
Trying to see. I'm, your girl, Suzzy from West Coast Radio.
Yeah, shout out
Still
to West Coast Radio.
Yes, that's how we met.
Yeah, that's how we met.
Yeah.
I think somebody put me up on you. I can't remember. I think it was one of my homies who thinks you're cute or something.
Oh, okay.
He's like, hey, she's cute.
Yeah.
Shoot your shot, bro. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, but I think it was more for the modeling thing.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, because back then I was really trying to get like just more exposure on the brand or whatever.
Yeah.
But ended up cool as fuck, so.
Yeah, we still had a little mini shoot though.
Oh outside after the last podcast.
Yeah, because I bought the Nipsey shirt.
Yeah. Shout out to you though, because you supported the brand. When. Thank
you.
You didn't even know who I was at the time, so.
Yeah, I mean, you got to support local businesses, local brands. Especially for folks like y'all who were part of the West Coast Radio brand.
Yeah.
So it was only right. If you support me, then you gotta.
Yeah, that was dope. That little event. It was called the Summer Block Party. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was dope. It was cool, but I don't think it was for like clothing. Everybody was there like for the music thing, which is dope. And some people bought. Shout out to everybody, but I think it was more focused like on music
and weed.
Yeah. Music and weed, yeah.
No, it really was, and it doesn't hurt to have some few clothing or like
just to have like a different things there,
right?
And shit, yeah,
right. Just to have exposure and whatnot. But yeah, we were just talking about how
San Diego don't fuck with San Diego.
San Diego don't be fucking with its own self, which is
sucks. So crazy though.
It's dumb because it's like we have a lot of great artists in San Diego. A lot of versatility in San Diego.
I was about to say that because you have like all different. You have like dudes who like sound more real hip hop. More that traditional hip hop style, and then you got like the gangster rap, like.
Right.
I think his name's Lil Maru.
Like he's very right now.
Yeah, and so somebody put me up on him, so I popped him in on my phone. I was like, damn, he got slaps. So like he got music that like. It's good music. He's got
that music, that sound right now, which
is like popping right
the sound right now, which is like of course that sick ass bass over and that slow rapping.
Yeah, his music is really good though. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have like that type of sound, the gangsta sound, the subconscious sound too, the subconscious rap that we all like.
Like that, yeah. I call it like old school hip hop. Like to its roots type hip hop.
I love that.
That's what I like. Shout out to Ray Riley, that one I was telling you about. He has like that J. Cole tone and like flow, and I really fuck with
storytelling.
Yeah. I like it. But I like all kinds of hip hop, so it's good to see that we have everything. I like Ryan Anthony.
Yes.
I fuck with his music
Ryan Anthony. Desi Hollow is amazing. I love Desi Hollow. He's from Oside.
Oh, okay.
And he has that funk music. Oh. He has a song with like Sugar Free.
Oh, yeah. I seen the video. Uh-huh. Is he Samoan? Or is he Mexican?
I think he is Mexican.
I think he's Mexican. He came out in another podcast, the Kick It podcast.
Okay, yeah, from Oside,
from Ocean Side.
Yeah.
He was on their podcast, and it kind of like took me down a wormhole. You know what I mean? Like you like look him up, and you're like, oh damn, good music and shit. So
yeah, he makes beautiful music. I love how he still carries on that funk, like that gangsta funk, and it's catchy. He represents San Diego, and like he's not always talking about like money, hoes, and weed. So it's always nice.
Which is cool when you're at the club and shit.
Yeah, like, I mean, there's a time and place for everything. I love, You know, yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks that the San Diego don't fuck with San Diego, and it's like, I know there's people in LA, cool, but like, we gotta support the
We really
local.
do. I mean, if you look at places like in H-Town, from down south to Memphis to even from the Bay.
The Bay
fuck with the Bay heavy, and I was like, why can't we do that amongst ourselves? Like we were talking about, like I used to interview at the Industry Takeover, and it was a perfect place to showcase your talent, and it didn't have to be an artist to pull up. It could have been anywhere from like a model or a videographer. It was like a melting pot for the industry. But it was hard for people to pull up because people don't want to pay $20, but they'll turn around and pay $200 on a bottle service at
any club,
any other club, which is like frustrating because
I don't know if it's because of like a value thing. Like they don't find value in the person yet, and it's like, damn, but one day they might pop off, and then you kind of like, you're the hater on the side, like. Yeah,
I mean, I think those moments do assist with the popping up. These are like little catalysts for the popping off and stuff like that. And
even like nightclub promoters, when I was a promoter, like they wouldn't fuck with like the local artists to open up for like.
Damn.
Like the mainstream artists. And
I think because they probably think they're not bringing in enough people, or that the name's not big enough. But
that's the perfect opportunity to be like,
it is.
You local, like who cares how much people you bring in? The people you fuck with are gonna come.
Right.
And then you can possibly meet the mainstream artists, and like you never know. You they hear your music and they're like, yo, are you signed?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You never know who you're gonna meet.
You literally never know. And that's why you should definitely go out there. And once you do go out there and you step out, like, it's gonna come around tenfold.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
You just gotta look out for your karma and shit.
Yeah, really. Really. Because if no one's gonna show out, then those are the same people that are not showing up and support our folks, is the same people saying like, oh, they always gotta leave San Diego. Well, people like you are not supportive.
But I do eat some morning.
You know? But you can't get mad at the artists because it's like no one's fucking with them. Like people fuck with you, but they're not literally like gonna pull up, you know. But I hope things turn around a little by little. Little Maru, like, you know, he had a great I don't know what deal he had, but he had a really good deal. Don Elway has like a Def Jam deal. Oh, okay. So that's really good. I love Don Elway. He's been in the game for a long time. And 22 G-Fay.
Okay.
He's like a younger cat. He's hot and he has that look. He talks that lingo. Yeah. These cats are young. You know how young Little Maru is?
What, like 19?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's young.
Young.
There's another one. His name's Little Weirdo.
Yeah, Little Weirdo.
Somebody, I was at a party one day and some guy's like, hey, yo, I listen to your podcast. I was like, thanks, man. I appreciate it. So you should have my homie on there. I was like, who's your homie? He's like, Little Weirdo. And I was like, I didn't know who. You know, you hear their name, you're like, yeah, we'll talk about that.
I like Little Weirdo. He has this distinct voice, and I love artists with distinct voices. I
like how I don't know if you remember, but like Mexican rappers or like Hispanic rappers had that certain type of like accent. Yeah, and you can identify it like, oh, that's like Mexican rap, and it's like,
yes.
It gets kind of like moved, like, no, you're over here.
That's that little Rob rap.
Little Rob, like you, Mr. Shadow, or whatever. Like, here, this is your genre. Stay there. And now they all sound the same. Like, you can't tell. Like, if you're just listening to, you're like, who is that? Like, and then you see him, you're like, oh shit. Yeah. Kind of like what's his name? Paul Wall. Oh, like if you didn't see Paul Wall, you would have never guessed that was Paul Wall. Yeah. Or there was a Mexican rapper from Atlanta, Cap G, or.
Oh, I don't know. Oh. There's one in Houston. He's
the bigger dude, right?
He goes by the Mexican something.
He's like a bigger guy. Yeah, his flow is dope too.
Yeah, and he has that distinct voice too.
Yeah, he got the little
curls,
the mohawk.
Yeah.
Not the mohawk. The party in business in the front, party in the back. What is it called? Oh my god!
Is that? Oh yeah, I don't know what that's called, but I know what you're talking about.
The mullet.
The mullet,
like the new style mullet and shit. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, super ranchero out.
Yeah, I like that. All that new flow and shit.
Yeah, I mean Rossi Rock is also another.
Oh, Rossi Rock, I like his flow too.
Yeah,
I see him at the gym often.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, bro, like, yo, come on. He's like, yeah, just hit me up when and shit.
Oh.
I was like, all right, cool. I met him at the mall when we used to work there together.
Oh, sick.
He worked at a hat club.
Okay.
And I worked at Sprint, and so we would always see each other and shit.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. I met him a couple times.
His flow is definitely like matured.
Right.
He's like into his now, like who he is and shit.
Yeah, it's giving like Dom Kennedy vibes.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't like Dom Kennedy. He's from San Diego, right?
No, he's from LA.
Oh, he's from LA?
Yeah, Dom Kennedy.
Oh, I would tell some. I'll be like, oh,
How do you not like Dom?
And they'd be like, nah, fuck him. I'm like, what do you do? You fuck your baby mama or some shit? Like
OPM, baby, other people's money. I love Dom. Dom is like. I love his like, you know,
he has a good voice,
and what he's talking about, his content. He talk about, you know, financial literacy. He has good songs for women, you know, how to get women
instead of like treating them like shit.
He has a sick ass song with 88 The Gang.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people don't give him enough recognition, which is unfortunate because I think that this fool is like amazing.
Another thing I think is just so many rappers or like musicians. It's
saturated in the game right now. Super
so it's kind of like I don't got time to listen to you. Like
but Don's been in the game for a long time. Yeah, and then here comes Larry June
from San Diego.
No, he's from the Bay, but like they fall under that same sound.
I feel like you should be doing like a hip hop podcast, and you do, right? You do
we do at West Coast Radio. We talk about yeah. You
sound like you remind me of like a Joe Budden. His podcast. I don't know if you ever heard this.
Oh my god, it's like the interview you had with Steven.
Oh yeah, and Kylie. Shout out
Joe Budden would never.
Would
it
never.
was hilarious.
Because they do this thing called sleepers at the end of every show. They'll play a song that, you know, probably doesn't have like a lot of traction, but they like. And so they'll play and I'll be listening to it. I'm like, damn, that's a good song. Like, let me go look them up.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. Like I just finally learned about La Russell and from the Bay.
From the Bay? I like the Bay music.
Yeah, I love
Pilo. I fuck with Pilo.
Yeah, or Kamaya.
Okay.
Yeah. I love the Bay too. Like, I have family out in the Bay, and as a kid, I've always gone out in the Bay, like from Sacktown to San Fran.
Oh, the Bay.
Yeah. Like, it's fun. Like, my cousins are out there are fucking fun. Like, I love my cousins.
Yo, we went to San Francisco one year for Kat's birthday. Mm-hmm. And we went to we couldn't find a club, or I don't think we went with that intention, so we didn't have like club outfits, I guess. And so we went to a bar, and it was cool, right? And then they started playing hyphy music, and the whole fucking bar, like the whole bar started getting dumb, and I was like, oh shit! I thought it was just like so dope because it's like the Bay music. You do that here?
Yeah.
They'll be like, boo.
Or like wannabes.
Put Drake back on. Ew. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, fuck, man, we need that.
You know who doesn't get enough recognition too? Mac Dre.
Oh, Mac Dre.
I love Mac Dre.
Yeah.
Like, Mac Dre is...
I used to fuck with this shit heavy when I don't know, did you ever go to like Mr. E's and TJ or Coco Bungo or anything like that?
I went like very few times, but not like...
They had like a whole, like the hyphy movement.
Oh, because it was popular back then with Sneak the Sneak
and shit. We would all wear our stunners and t-shirts with the airbrushing on it, and then they would play like Mac Dre, and like it's funny because the guys would all like push the girls out the way, like like you be grinding on the girl, and then they play like the Bay music, and they get out of here. It's like all the guys in a circle going dumb and shit. It was a fucking vibe, man.
I feel like Larry June is like the reincarnated
Mac Dre.
Yeah. But like the more healthier, organic.
Yeah. Not this doubt and all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, I mean, shout out. I like your music knowledge.
Thank you.
Very knowledge in that.
Yeah, I love music.
You fuck with R&B?
I do.
You listen to that Suzzy album?
I did, but like I'm not like all into like R&B like that, and I feel like it's just like the same songs.
Oh, okay. She's toxic.
Very.
She's like the female Future.
Yo, it is disgusting because it's like it's sad, but it's like you wonder why women can't get over their feelings because we would torture ourselves listening to this type of music.
Oh, facts.
You know,
it put you back into that
put
feeling.
you back in that like
that motherfucker.
Yeah, and it's funny. I re-listened to it the second time. The first time I was like, okay, let me just listen to it. I'm like working, and it's very slow and very the same. Nothing really like popped out or like the words. You have to really listen to the words.
You have to like focus.
You have to really
on what's
focus.
going on. I listened to it when I was working, and since I drive all day, I'd be like, you know how you're driving, you kind of like doze off a little bit. And I heard this lyric and I was like, wait a minute, let me go back. And she was saying like, I fucked him because I missed you.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, ouch. Like for every guy out there, I was like, damn, that hurt. Like
that's crazy.
You're
like,
fucking another dude because you missed him. Like what?
I wonder if these are all based on true stories.
I mean, you know how movies, they're like, oh, it's just a movie, but it came from somewhere.
Yeah, it came from somewhere.
Like it had to like.
You can't get in.
That idea was born.
Right.
Yeah.
Like here, I was inspired by this.
Nah.
Like, yeah, and then the only thing that I liked was like Old Dirty Bastard talking that talk.
Oh right.
That was probably like the best thing out of the whole album, to be honest with you. Like, but the rest of it was just like very slow. Smoking on My Ex pack was probably the most hardest one because it had like that beat to it, like that soulful beat.
Yeah.
She was kind of like rapping a little bit, even though it was still toxic.
As fuck.
But no, I'm not like. But I'm happy that R&B is finally, picking up. It will never probably be like the 90s.
No, hell no. That R&B used to be about love.
Or even like by Teddy, or like even by Willie Hutch. Music will never be like that. And I had to come to a conclusion that like
you have to kind of like accept the breakup.
Accept that
from like R&B. It's like we had something good and it's gone.
It's gone, and it's supposed to be that way, and newer music is gonna.
But it kind of shows you like how dating is going. You know what I'm saying? Like, because R&B used to be about love, like love making. Like everybody had the mixtape. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I bought this in whenever I got the honey over or whatever. And now it's like cheat, cheat more, disrespect her, lie, have side pieces. So it's just kind of like. What do you expect from this dating scene? If that's what
that's unfortunate.
That's what you're hearing.
I love Snow Allegra.
Yeah,
she's a beautiful R&B singer, and she don't be talking about nothing toxic like that.
She's like kind of like a what's the word I'm looking like kind of like traditional R&B.
Yeah, traditional R&B, and she's not even from here. She's like Swedish.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
I had a girl who come on the podcast. Shout out to Nikki T. She does R&B.
Oh yeah. I met her one time.
Oh, you met her? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's a singer
Swedish too.
Yeah. She sings really good, and she really actually performs, which I like.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she be out there.
Yeah. Not just standing there.
She doesn't just hold the mic. Yeah. She has
choreographs, good presence.
Stage presence. Yeah. I took some pictures of her, and she like showed me some unreleased music. Really dope.
Oh my God, that's good.
Really dope.
San Diego has great, incredible like artists and stuff, and
I think it's just there's so much. It's like podcasts, like oh, you have a podcast, and it's like buried under like the popular ones, so it's kind of like
a little.
It's hard to like find
San Diego
them.
Overall has great gyms, like even athletes. Like look at Lincoln High School.
They just won the state championship.
Boxers, there's great. Like we breed great boxers down here.
We just breeding great people.
Man.
But we get overlooked by other cities and shit.
We get overlooked. We overlook ourselves.
I hate that when people think California, they think LA or San Francisco. It's like, bitch, San Diego's the nicest city in all of California.
Yeah, it really is. I love my city.
Yeah, that's crazy. Have you seen speaking of crazy shit, do you know who that rapper Glorilla?
Yeah, I've
seen her. Did you see
what
she did? Her.
Wait, last time she was trending, it was about eating her man's nut in
her food. Did you see the little interview clip?
No.
So they were asking her about kinky shit, and she was just kind of like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. But you know how when you're with your friends, they're like, just say it. Just say it. Come on, we're already like here. You're in too deep. And she was like, she was like really hesitant. She was like, well, one day we were eating, and then like, we did our thing right after. And so I told them, like, I'm still going to eat. So like, just put it on my food. I'm going to eat it. And like the other women, it was Angela Yee and her friends with her, and they were just
is it lip service talk?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were just like,
That's wild.
Because the women like, I mean,
media training, homegirl.
She's like, I mean, I swallow. Like the other women were like, I swallow, but she said, you don't drink cum, and they're like, drink. Yeah. That sounds weird. Like, you know, like, you shouldn't say it like that.
I know, drink cum, as if it's a protein shot.
Yeah, right. Like in the morning. I'm like, that's how I start my morning, guys. And it just made me think like some people should just hide their kinks, like keep them to yourself. Yeah. That's one of those kinks that you should just keep in your back pocket. And
I think so.
Like toe sucking, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, but but at the same time, she was in a podcast that talks about kinks.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you are already in a platform that I feel like if you're not on a platform that talks about
kind
kinks,
of stuff,
then you should hide it. That where that media training should kick in. But even if you were at where she was at the lip service, like, roll with the punches in. Like, you got to understand, like, if you're going to say that, like, you're going to get some backfire on Twitter. And secondly, just, you don't have to share that.
Like, you could have picked any other kink.
Right.
Like,
you don't have...
I like a thumb in my butt. They would have been like, girl, yes.
I don't do. Right. Like, just say something. Right. They don't know. They just know you're hiding something. They just know that you have something going on.
And if you say something duller, they're just like, oh.
Right.
But they won't push it anymore. They're like,
right.
They
just want to get something out of you. Just,
for a clip and
poor
shit.
Baby girl. She's all young and like.
She was on a Breakfast Club talking about she's thick. And she's like super.
She's not even thick. She's super thin. And she has a heavy accent. She's from Memphis, right? Or she's from
is she
New
from
York?
the South? I don't know, to be honest. But she does have like that.
She had a thick accent.
I don't want to say hood accent, but like street.
Right.
Very urban accent. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's kind of hard to understand her sometimes.
Yeah. They were making fun of her about like saying sex or six. I don't know.
I don't know.
What are those two words? Charlemagne was like giving her shit. Poor girl, man. Like,
it's what happens when you blow up so fast that you don't even get some training to like, hey, this is the kind of stuff you don't want to say.
And that's the thing too, is like, especially right now with the major like either major like distribution deals or major like label deals, like they see who's hot and they want to like take control, but not really protect you. Not really give you the resources. They just,
there's no such thing as bad exposure.
Yeah.
You know, like bad exposure is good exposure. So good exposure, you know, like anything that's gonna bring eyes to her. Yeah. Which eventually bring them more money. Right. Yeah. Speaking of things you shouldn't say, I was telling you earlier, and I got the green light, so you know, I had to ask first because I didn't want to be insensitive.
Flash that green light.
Yeah. So I had a homegirl come on here, shout out to you, and she was talking about, we were joking around, like, oh, you're for the streets, or you were for the streets because she had a boyfriend. She's like, oh, no, I'm retired, but kind of like playful, like, not admitting, but just kind of like, oh, Jonah, you know, like, I used to be, like, I'm retired, I'm a good girl now, whatever. Well, that episode came out, and then I didn't hear from her, and I was like, okay, she wasn't reposting, like, the story that I do, and I was like, all right, maybe she's busy. And then the next day, I posted a clip of saying she's for the streets, and she texted me, she's like, hey, like, he broke up with me.
Damn.
Because of the podcast.
Of that clip.
No, because of the podcast.
Oh, damn.
And I was like, let me delete that, like, instantly. I was like, I gotta delete that shit. And she told me that he broke up with her because of the podcast, because of the stuff she was saying. And I, like, listened back to it, and I was like, she didn't really say anything. It's not like she was like, oh, I had, like, a gangbang, and, like, nothing right. Like, over-the-top embarrassing for, like, a guy to be like, oh, I can't, like, I can't see you the same or some shit like that. And I was like, fuck. But yeah, I guess he done. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think a lot. I mean, one that we both agreed was just like, he's probably not the one anyways. He probably wasn't it. You know, he probably wasn't man enough to be like, it's okay. Two, I feel like at the same time, like, that shouldn't break up a relationship. If anything, it should like get anything. It should bring someone more together, like more communicative. And so she was saying she was for the streets, and then start dating the man.
No, she was already dating him.
And then She was already dating him, but she was saying that she's for the streets.
She used to be.
Oh, then there was no problem.
No, she's not saying like I have a man and I'm out here.
Right.
She was
like,
she
used to be out here.
When I was single, I was single and out here.
That's that's no problem.
Exactly.
No problemo. I think that's probably like on his fault. That's his insecurity. I feel like obviously, like I was out here before I met anyone, started to get serious. I was out here. I was seeing other people. Well,
which is like super fine. Like if you're single, like why would you not expect somebody to do single shit?
Right,
exactly. Single shit is being out
single
here.
Single shit. She was single.
She was single, and so it's like you can't be like. I have a friend, and you know he ended up dating another like a friend, right? And she's like, "Oh, I didn't like you because you were a hoe," and I was like, "He wasn't a hoe. He was just single. Like,
right.
He didn't have anybody to be faithful to. Like,
exactly.
He didn't have to check in with nobody. Like." He was just single, like
doing single things, and that's fucking, bitch. I was fucking, okay, and I was out here trying to figure out who's got some good dick or some good pussy. Like you,
he's
can't
like, I was
get
trying
mad.
to find a home for my shit.
Yeah,
and it's you. Congratulations,
exactly. You won the prize. You won the prize. I'm all yours. You're all mine. And no, I'm not seeing someone else. That's
I think it's just insecurity,
and also I don't think that's also a security, but those are could be signs of narcissism.
Oh, really?
And like someone who's very overprotective of their property. They may think
I was supposed to say, and they don't want nobody to know anything about them. Yeah. Because I asked around, like, what do you think? You heard the podcast, or what do you think? And they're like, I mean, would I have been cool with knowing some of that stuff? Probably not, but like dump her? Yeah. No. And I was like, yeah, like I could see an argument out of it.
Right. Like back to communication, get closer together. Like they could have been closer together.
I didn't know about that. Like now we have this open dialogue, like we can talk about what you did and like.
But I feel like sometimes like the past isn't relevant to right now, especially if the past was like, oh, I was just getting some. If you're just getting some, you're just getting some. They ain't no different from a man getting some.
See, but that's how you think, and I think. But there's probably dudes who out there who are like, nah, if a girl has too many bodies, like, that's not wifey material.
But sometimes I feel like guys don't like talking about women who they fucked with. They're like kind of like not either interested. Like, why were we talking about the guy that you just fucked with?
I speaking as a man, like we visualize it. Okay. So then it's like we're picturing this, and if we know him or know what he looks like, we start imagining like you fucking him like you fuck us, and it's like I don't need that. Like, I don't need that. But
that's interesting.
It all depends on everything. Like if you have an open, I think it's cool that a girl has experienced life. Yeah. Not so much like out here hoeing, but like just experience, because then when you guys move forward, right. There's nothing she's missing. Yeah. I lived it. Like, I'm done. Like,
right. She's not itching out for the streets.
Yeah, she's not itching to be like, fuck, or gonna blame you later on. Like, because of you, I didn't even get to, like, my homegirls are out here living life. And right. If they already did it, then it's like, cool.
Good. Get that shit out of the way.
Get that shit out of the way. Exactly.
Yeah. Because if she hasn't gone in her whole life, then.
Right. Every girl has her whole life.
Every girl has their whole life.
Yeah.
Like, hell, yeah, for sure.
They'd be like, oh, no, but I've been in a relationship. But you had a window.
You had a window.
And
that's
it's easier for women to be.
Yeah, it's more acceptable. It's a double standard.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easier, but it's frowned upon.
Yes.
Like, it's super easy for you to go get like 10 bodies over a summer. Yeah. No problem.
Dang. 10 bodies over summer?
I mean, doable, right?
No, I my body count I think it just 15 out of my 32 years.
And that's a good number. But some guys would be like, fucking whore for the streets.
That's really good. Go ask all the other women.
I had a stripper on here. She said she had 100 by high school.
Oh, see?
Senior year. She had 100 bodies.
I read this one meme or tweet was just like, if your girl's over 30 and her body count is 50, then she's a hoe.
I mean.
I was like, who's fucking?
Damn, they fucking.
But I mean,
because even if you did one a month, that's 12 a year. You know what I mean?
I know. Put that shit in perspective and numbers. It's like,
and then you start to break it down. It's like, okay, one a month, 12 a year, but how many times each? Right. Throughout the year, right? So it's like, damn, she was really out here. But it's like, who cares? Like,
who cares? That's the thing. Who's counting? Like we were talking about that in my podcast before. Like. who count, like body counts, like who's counting, you know what I mean? I think we're all adults here. We should be all adults, and obviously, you know, it's human nature to fuck. So you can't really like get mad at someone who's fucked a lot. If anything, it goes to show that they're well experienced.
They're gonna teach you something.
Yeah, someone that's well experienced. People need to see more things like that. Like, oh yay, like she's fucked. Well, let's see. It's unfortunate if you fucked a lot and you're whack. You know, that pussy's whack. No wonder you got so many body counts. You can't keep none.
Not one of them called you back?
Right. No, that's something that's a red flag.
For real.
Did they call you
You're
back,
like, wait, 50? How many of these were your boyfriend? None? One night stands? 40? Fuck.
Yeah, that's a bad sign.
Yeah, that's a bad. That's like when people brag about like, oh, we fuck all night. I'm sorry. Your shit has to be trash if it's going like all night. In my opinion, like, damn, you all night, like he ain't never busting like hours. Girl, that's you. Something wrong. Like
something's wrong with you.
he has to concentrate at that point to finish and shit.
Damn, that sucks. Yeah, I mean, I've heard about that before, where like the sex wasn't good, and like they're he calls it like fucking a fish.
just laying there flapping around and shit.
Thinking their chichis are doing something. Like, bitch, what?
Besides filling the armpits.
No Kegels, nothing down there. They don't even touch themselves. They're just thinking that they're just, like, do something.
But those girls are the ones that have like 10 bodies,
right.
Wifey material. You know, like material. You don't want that.
No.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No, we don't want that. Men want for their dicks to be sucked without asking. They want it to be nasty.
Sloppy.
You know, sloppy, do the nasty. And everything else should follow. Like, you know, buying him gifts or like making him food, stroke his ego.
Which is crazy. I don't know if you're on TikTok or not, but there's so many videos of women are like, I would never spend my money on my man. Like, yeah. And it's like, a man has to do everything for me. Like, why does he want to be treated like a woman? And it's like, God damn, bitch. Like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to call you a bitch, but men like that shit too. Like, yes. We want to be Little Spoon. I love being Little Spoon. Like,
no, yeah, it's gift of services. It's act of services. It should be for everyone.
It should go both ways for sure.
It definitely go both ways. Yeah. It's like we were talking on our last podcast, like when I was here, about reciprocity. That's the word I was trying to say. Oh, reciprocity. Like, I'm giving it to you. You should equally give it back.
In any form.
In any form.
Like, not just sexually, but like,
yes.
What is it, like catering?
Words of affirmation, acts of services,
posting, if that's like one of them, you know.
Yeah,
like,
and that goes with communication. You gotta let your man know. If they don't know, then you need to stop bitching, complaining. I love gifting my man. I'm a Virgo, so I'm a natural like giver.
Okay.
And so I love to give.
Which is like fine and nice and shit.
But women should be grateful enough to give, because if you're not giving and you're just only like receiving, then you're about to get cheated on.
Thank you. I had this conversation with a friend before. I was like, these women who want like everything paid for, they don't want to spend a dime, they don't want to work. Yeah. You know, they want this like super easy life. Yeah, that's cool, but I'm cheating. Right. Like, if you're not gonna like cook me dinner or like contribute anyway, that's fine. Yeah. But you're gonna get cheated on.
Just know that.
Yeah, like there's gonna be others, like, and you're gonna have to deal with it, like, or what else?
Stroke your man's ego. You got to stroke your man's ego. Somebody else will. Right. Somebody else. Slut your man out.
Or let him get slutted out.
Right. It's gonna happen. Will. I know. I've been like low key trying to like fly out my man out to San Francisco this like later next year, because he's never been, and like,
you gonna fly him out. Yeah. When you get to the hotel, you be like, you know, you gotta work for that though. Like,
you know,
it's not free.
No, for real, because flights are cheap, and I was like, I love doing that because I am gonna do this, and he's not gonna be. If he watches this, oh well.
Surprise.
But maybe you can help out paying for your own flight ticket, and I'll pay for everything else. No, but I really want to. But it should go
both ways. Like, when we travel, I'll be like, all right, babe, I got the whole flights. Yeah. You get the telly. Yes. You know, like it's like a partnership. A lot of people don't want partnerships anymore. They want a mom replacement or a dad replacement.
Right.
Like,
no,
nah,
for sure.
It's like a unity. You guys are supposed to be a team.
When we flew out to like Vegas, and it's the same scenario. He'll buy my ticket and I'll buy like the hotel. Like, oh yeah, especially for me, I feel so like some heavies on my subconscious of not paying for something. You know, but he'll tell you for the beginning of relationship, he was paying for everything. And like, I didn't mean to, you know what I mean? It just so happened that like he was paying for everything. Like, and I was like, and he posted something about like paying for something. And I was like, is this subliminally?
He's taking shots at me. Tag me in this.
And we talked about it, and he was like, yeah, like, can you at least pay for one dinner? And I was like, oh yeah. I think because what it is that I've never been treated this way before. Oh, okay. That I kind of was just like, I literally was taking advantage of it without even like knowing I really was.
Just like you're just like, I'm just
gonna let him. Yeah. Like it wasn't really like maliciously, oh, I'm gonna have him pay for it type shit. That wasn't my intent. It was literally like I was in cloud nine. I was like, oh my God, like I just got fucked out. I'm fucking feeling amazing. We're over here at Katrina's, like, bitch, I'm fucking living the life right now. Like
this is what it's like, the queen life.
This is what these bitches be on.
I've been missing out.
What? No, but even then, like, you know, I'll pay for shit here and there, and
it's just nice. Like men do like to be appreciated. Because like when my girl pays me, I'm like, oh, let me out.
It's nice. It's cool. It keeps the relationship spicy.
Yeah, I mean, to each their own. I always say like date with what you want. Like if you want a girl who's gonna stay at home, go for that. You know what I mean? If you want a girl who's gonna contribute, go for that. The worst part is when they go for girls who don't want to contribute, but they want them to contribute.
Right.
So
that's another form of narcissism.
Clash. Yeah.
When women are like that, when women are like, oh, like the ones that want to give, receive, and like get whatever they want without having to pay for anything, they probably have whack ass like pussy and head. And two, they're probably narcissists as fuck.
Yeah. I don't think there's enough light on women being narcissists.
No, there's not.
It's just men. It's always like
it's always a masculine thing.
Yeah, like oh, he's controlling, blah blah blah. But women be like
women are very toxicity. That's another form of narcissism.
That's what it's called now for women. Oh, she's toxic.
No,
clinically speaking.
Yes. Yeah, no, for sure. Narcissism. Women could be very controlling. Same like intent. Overprotective of their men. Oh, I don't want him to like follow these women, or why is he liking this girl's photo?
But that's communication too. Because if you don't like that, just tell him like
true.
Or follow them, but don't like their shit. Like don't let me catch you in the fucking likes of this Instagram thotty who's not even following you back, dude. Bro. Like
my man does that. My man has like
my man.
My man has bitches that he follows and shit like that. And like there was one comment that oh my God, Jonas. So one time, let me tell you something.
Like triggered.
Yo, one time like I was there's this place that I visited called Bacalar, and this guy went out there, and him and his family went out there, and his like wife and his kid and his friends, and tagged Bacalar, and I was like, oh my God, I miss Bacalar. Like let me go to, like, I pressed on the location. You know how on Instagram shows you location,
and there's like pictures of people who've been there,
like
shit.
Recent or whatever, and I'm like scrolling. And I see this, like, out of all the photos.
Your gut knew.
Yo, out of all the photos, I picked the one where it was a girl. And I was like, this one looked nice. And I looked at it. And sure enough, it was his comment right there.
Damn.
And like,
was it like fire emojis?
No, it was like, oh my God, like, it was like all this water and I'm still like parched or whatever. And I'm like, wait.
What?
Okay. Oh, this is what we're going to do?
And he was already your man?
This is what we're going to do? We weren't like exclusive, but it was more like, we just fucking each other.
Oh, okay. Like, he's next to you. He's like, oh my God, all this.
Right. Like, okay. Like either this is giving me the green light to see what else is out there, or like,
we need to talk
it goes
about
back
this
to
shit.
like, okay, what's our limits here? Like
That's
what
smart,
are you what are we doing? And
did you screenshot it and send it to him?
No, I brought it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had this sit down conversation and just like, oh, hey, guess what happened? So I said the same story that I just said, and which he did kind of mention a long time ago, was just like, oh, sometimes like, because he knows a lot of females that like he realizes that a lot of men wouldn't really comment on females' posts in terms of like
thirsty shit,
either thirsty shit or just hyping them up.
Oh, okay.
Right, like hyping them up. So he was like, this is not more of a hype. This is not a like what you text wasn't like a hype. This was more like a thirst.
That was thirst.
So it's kind of like, listen, like I get where you're coming from, but this right here wasn't presented as a hype. You know, like I get you guys are just friends, and like knowing him, I would understand that he's got friends that are girls. I have guys that are friends.
Yeah.
And I know how it feels to be a woman and having guy friends. Like they're platonic relationships. So I just have to like trust the dude and be like, all right, cool. But be careful. Like now it's like, now
if I see more of those.
Yeah, if I see more of those, like, you know, but at the same time, I'm not the chick that's like lurking around.
Right.
Like I really am not. But there's a few like, you know, females that we follow that are like gorgeous women. And like, yeah, he'll like some photos or whatever, but that doesn't make me feel uncomfortable.
All right.
It doesn't because for one, I know what he's feeling. Like I get it. Yeah, the bitch is fucking fine. Yeah, I'm like this. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. You know, and two, like I really like you gotta trust the guy, and I really trust this man. And it's just like this fool ain't got the time to really talk to nobody else. If anything, we're looking for a threesome. So,
if anybody's interested,
you know,
that's cool. You would bring that in? Have you done it before?
I've done it before.
Oh, okay. So it's like something you experienced already.
Yes.
Has he experienced it?
No.
Oh.
Which is very exciting. And
you don't ever like, obviously you don't have like a toxic mind, clearly. But you don't ever think like, oh, what if he enjoys her more? Or because I had a homegirl who was like, oh, you know, I want a threesome, and I know her, and I was like, stop, because your overthinking ass would be like, are they fucking behind my back? Like,
yeah,
did I bring her into the like? Did I ruin this because I said it was okay?
Right.
Like,
well, here's the thing though. For me, I actually enjoy it. So it's like, it's not only serving him the fantasy, but I want some pussy too.
Yo, move over.
If anything, he could be worried about, is this bitch fucking cheating on me with this girl? Like,
y'all like, oh, I'm with what's her name? What y'all doing?
Wait, yeah, so
I'm on my way.
That's where we're at. You know what I mean? Like, if for other women doing it for services for the boy, for their man,
yeah,
then I can understand her feeling and overthinking about it. But at the same time, like, you just gotta have that talk and that trust with your man to be like, no, we're good. Like, my man, we're good. This is more like a luxury accessory that we're just doing. Like, we don't have any problems in the bed or anything. This is more like an accessory.
Like a toy.
A toy.
Yeah.
You know, a human toy.
We're here to slut you out.
Yes.
Together.
No, yes.
And is he like hesitant?
No, he's not hesitant.
Oh, okay.
He's
just
kind of like,
found...
he's kind of like, he tried to bring this girl in. And he kind of looked like it didn't really work well, but
shouldn't you bring her in? Because I'm just thinking like,
no,
you guys have to like
I tried.
like each other,
right? No, it's the thing is though, like, we tried with this one girl and this girl got really upset. This girl got really upset and she was just like
offended.
She didn't like that idea. She really wanted him.
Oh, see, bitch.
Yeah,
like. Suzzy would take these earrings off real quick.
Listen, like, I may not have a toxic mind, but I can get there. And so it's like, you know, to me, that's like the wrong type of female to bring around.
Oh, definitely.
You know, because for one, she's seems
going
like
with a different intent.
Like a homewrecker type shit. Yeah, and she just wants. It screams like you just want a relationship.
With him.
Well, yeah. Or with anyone, to be honest.
Like a pick-me.
She just wants a relationship. Yes.
Like a pick-me. Like, I'll have a threesome in order to get a man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
Like a very, like, you know, and then the next week she has a whole new man because she just wants a relationship.
Some of those women.
I was like, girl, you're missing out on some fun.
Out here fucking around a little bit.
No, but we're not like, eager,
so if it happens,
like, if it happens, it happens. And I hope it does happen. And I hope it does happen.
You're like, damn, girl. Like,
I know. I hope this one happens. Yeah, but no, I've been a unicorn to a married couple.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
And she really loves me. Like, she really, like, welcomes me. She feels very comfortable around, like, with me, which is nice. And that's something that I would want to, if I want that other person.
Show the same.
Like, okay, like, I dig her.
Welcoming.
She's cool, welcoming. Like, she knows not to cross the line. Like, there's etiquette to these things.
Oh,
like,
shit. Okay.
Well,
there's etiquette in everything, right?
Yeah, there's etiquette to these things. Because, like, for me, like, there's boundaries. There's got to be boundaries.
So what is a boundary between, like...
Right, okay.
Okay. Because you've been the unicorn.
Yes.
So they set boundaries.
No.
You set the boundaries.
I set my own boundaries.
As the unicorn.
Like,
okay.
For me, and I hope that our unicorn would do the same, was like, don't be fucking my man without me. That's rule number one.
Yeah, duh. Like,
but it happens.
It happens.
Okay. Like, for instance, like when I was with a married couple, like, it was early in the morning or like late at night, the wife like crashes out and we're still up. And I'm like tired. I'm ready to go to bed. And he's like, come on, like, let's do another round. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it if she's not around. Like, I got to do it if she's around.
She has to be participating.
She's got to be participating.
Or at least sign off. Yeah.
So, yeah, he was eager. And it was like, he was eager. He cheats on his wife a lot.
Well, I mean.
They cheat on, it's okay for him to cheat on his wife, but she can't. But she's.
So he's a narcissist.
Yeah.
Right.
So it would be that type of etiquette. Like, and women, I feel like if I was a different type of a girl, women probably would run that shit. Oh, yeah, like, let's fuck. We already fucked. She already knows. Like, let's fuck. But it's kind of like, yo, you don't want to fucking disrespect her. That's the wife. She's welcoming you into, like, I know at the end of the day, too, like, that's,
like, almost ruining it. Because you could be like, nah, like, I see what kind of dude you are.
Yeah.
Like, I can't.
Yeah, no.
Like, I respect her too much.
Exactly.
Yeah, damn, that seemed, I think about that, like, because it's like, what if they're fucking on the side? You know what I mean? Like, but it's crazy that you're the one that's like, no.
Right.
Like, I'm not a fuck doll.
Yeah, no, seriously.
This is an experience for the three of us.
This is like, this is for, exactly.
I thought a boundary was going to be like, don't suck his dick. You know? You know what I'm saying? Like
no, we both suck his dick.
That's too intimate. That's what I would think a boundary was.
Well, I think when it comes down to like actual like the performing sex or whatever, I think there's no boundary.
Oh, there's just like
it's just like
a free for all.
We were doing the nasty.
Yeah. You're already there.
So. We're already there. But if we're not doing it, then it's kind of like that's where the etiquette boundaries come in. It's just like okay, well,
like no texting.
No,
you're right. On the side
no text on the side. There's no point of like communicating with her. Like it could be directly with me. Right. You know what I mean? And I mean, if you want to say something to her, go ahead and say something to her. I'm not gonna be fully controlling of
what's going on.
But at least know, like, don't disrespect me or our relationship. And two, secondly, sometimes like, so he was trying to like bring this girl in, and they were like talking. I didn't even know, and he finally told me, and I was like, bro, don't talk to her like that. You're leading her on.
Right.
She's now thinking that she's like the one.
Yeah.
In reality,
But did he start it off with like, hey, we're looking to bring somebody in?
I had messaged her about it.
Okay.
It was me. And I would like, I'm not the type, I'm a very like.
When you're grocery shopping, do you look for the upside down pineapples? To be like, okay.
What is that?
Like that's their swinger thing.
No.
So they put a pineapple upside down to let other people in that
the grocery store.
Yeah.
Really?
Or if you go to a house and they have a pineapple, it's like
upside down. How do you do an upside down?
No, like you grab a pineapple and you put it upside down.
How is it holding up with the?
You just lean it in the cart. Oh no, like it's like a pineapple. Like it could be a painting of a pineapple.
Oh,
it just has to be a pineapple, and it's like
that
community understands like, oh, that house they swing, or that dude in the supermarket.
Okay.
You know, he swings. He's letting other swingers know like, yo, I'm with the shits.
Swinging is a whole other deal that I don't think I would be comfortable doing.
Oh, okay. All right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Swinging is like an open relationship. Like he gets to fuck whoever, I get to fuck whoever. We're fucking each other's fucking husbands and wives, and we're having a fuck party.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, that's,
so that's
more
different.
like that's swinging.
You're like three's enough. Three's company.
If anything, we can bring another bitch over too. Like it could be a foursome. Oh, okay. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
But no, I don't want a sausage party.
Not two guys. When I think two guys, like that's a train. That's not even. It's not a threesome.
That's a train. Oh.
I had a friend. She came and she's like, I had a threesome. I was like, oh, like a girl and a guy. And she's like, no, two guys. And I was like,
bitch, you got
that's a train. I was like, how did it happen? She's like, one by one. I was like, train.
Choo-choos.
That was not a threesome. They're not like both, like there.
I had a friend who was a guy who had a threesome like that, and he was like, two guys. He was like, yeah, but we couldn't look each other in the eye,
bro. Literally just said that on the. I was like, imagine, like you're like fucking, you guys lock eyes, and it's like as you nut, you're like, oh fuck, was it him or her?
Oh my god!
Or like your feet touch and you're like playing footsie on accident. Nah, that's weird. That's hella cool of you though to be like open like that and like. Yeah. I mean, he found a gem because like most girls would be like, nah.
Yeah. 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 No, I know. There's some girls. I know one girl that's down, but she's not. She had to move out. And sometimes you just gotta respect other female too. I realize like, even though the girl might be down, she may not be down like mentally yet. Like she's like
she maybe fantasizes
it, or she's kind of like too busy in her life that she can't really like have that experience, which is something that like you have to respect people's like lives, like like. Hey, we're having fun over here. If you want to join the fun,
come on in.
When
you were the unicorn, did you have to be attracted to both?
Me, yes, I have to.
Okay, yeah, right.
Me personally, yeah, I have to be attracted to both. Like the wife was beautiful. She had like good set of jugs and stuff, and like the guy was like he was good looking.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to like mess around with somebody
that you either one of them.
Yeah.
Not attractive.
Yeah. So now, like, we're recruiting. So it's like we're looking for someone who has pretty and like, who
Are you guys like, since you like obviously you like women too? Yeah. Do you guys like the same things or like that? Like, is he a booty man or is he like titties?
Right. He's more of an ass man.
Okay.
I think because I have an ass and like I'm like a lot like not much heavy up there. Like I like women who's a little bit has more set of the jugs.
Oh, you're to a titty
give like
girl.
a good titty girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, ass like I don't give a two shits about ass.
You're like
I
have that.
Yeah, it's okay. Just bringing the titties. But one thing I am scared though, Jonah, with like recruiting these women is that like I don't know if their pussies are gonna be good.
But as like you're like you as a woman, like how do you judge that? Right. Like a guy can judge that.
I had right. No, yeah, but I feel like I have tasted some nasty ass pussy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody welcome to the club. We've all had that. What is that? Is that battery acid?
Wait, yes, dude, battery acid.
You need water, girl. Let me give you some water.
Oh my god, like it's just like does my pussy taste like that? Like
I had told the story. I don't know if you listened, so I'll repeat it one last time. This will be the last time I tell that, I promise. I took a girl on a date and I was dropping her off and we were making out, whatever. So I put my hand, like I'm trying to advance here.
Right.
And she kind of like pulled off. She's like, no, not yet. And I was like, all right, cool. But I put it up to her face so she can like, like, yeah. And she was like, that's me. And I was like, oh, the confidence.
Yeah.
I fuck with it,
Yeah.
I'm not going to smell my finger immediately. I was like, I'm going to be respectful. I'm going to drive off and then I'll take the sniff. So I'm driving off and I bring my hand. I almost threw up. I almost fucking vomited. I literally stuck my hand out the window.
Air dry that shit.
And drove to the 7-Eleven. I was like, let me wash my hands, please. He's like, yeah, the bathroom in the back. It was fucking ratchet. Disgusting. It was disgusting.
Women's pH women need to take care of themselves. The pH could be off.
Yeah.
And that's one of my fears though. I drink a lot of water. Drink my water. Yeah. I know. I don't want to brag, but I take good care of myself.
You're like pussy?
I taste really good. Yeah. I know. I'm like, oh, my pussy do be tasting good.
But yeah, that is scary.
Steams. Yeah, that's one of the things I am scared of. Is like
I thought you were gonna say like STDs.
No, Yanni steams. I do Yanni steams. And yeah, I'm just sometimes afraid. Like, okay, what if her pussy? Like, I know pussy tastes pussy sometimes. I get like pussy just tastes pussy. That's cool. That's cute.
Has a little
like thing to it. But
a little kick.
Yeah, but when it comes with a little too kicky, like the acid trip, then it's like
You're fucking starting to see.
It's like, oh my god,
what the fuck?
Oh my god, it's disgusting. Or like it tastes like, like Jane 16th, like homeless.
It tastes like Mad Dog 2020.
Ew,
like a roll of pennies and shit.
And like I feel like if you're gonna go hang out with a guy, like shower immediately, shower before.
Yeah. I think if you know that there's a chance.
Yeah.
And
one thing I feel like some people, I realize with both men and women, is that they're too hesitant to ask to take a shower before.
Oh, kind of like I don't want to be rude or disrespectful.
Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking, or rude or weird.
Yeah, I think that's normal.
I think
like you should, but you can bring it up like, oh, so what'd you do today before the date?
Yeah.
Oh, I went to work and then took a shower.
Yeah.
Like cool things.
Yeah.
But if they're like, oh, I went to the gym and then came straight here, it's like, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, good thing my man and I have a good, comfortable relationship where, like, obviously now that I'll take a shower, or I'll, like, if I was busy already throughout the day and I met up with him, yeah, I'm going to take a shower. And then I mean,
it's respectful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It means that you're ready. I
saw a video of this girl was talking about an experience that she was, like, ready to go down on him and that it stank bad, right? And she's like, hey, like, she was a trooper, like, yo, let's go take this in the shower. And he's like, no, come on. Like, she was like, no, let's go take a shower together. Like, that's her, she was trying to make it seem like, that's her thing. And he was like, no, come on. And she was like, bro, your shit stinks. Like,
dang, get the point.
Get the hint. Kind of like, oh, boy.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. I had, one that was nasty too. Jane 16th. It smelled like.
Did you tell her to shower? Or?
No, it was a guy. It was his dick.
Oh, it was a guy. Oh.
Yeah. No, I just kind of like stopped.
It killed the mood, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, I don't want that in me.
Yeah. Like.
You might transfer that.
Yeah.
And no, thank you.
Couldn't do that. That's disgusting.
I mean, yeah, it should just be open and be like, did you shower?
Yeah.
Like, as a guy, you're like, man, I don't know if I'm going to. But there's maybe a chance.
Right.
Let me just wash the balls real quick. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, carry a condom or clean the house up. You're like, we don't know. We might bring back some pussy.
No, yeah, for sure.
Man, you walk in the house all messy.
All
like,
mess.
Oh, I didn't expect anything.
Those are the most organic sex moments, though.
The spontaneous?
Spontaneous moments.
Yeah. Those are your favorite?
Yeah. I say we don't have any spontaneous moments no more. Now it's to the point where, like, we see each other, like, every weekend. And
it's kind of like, we already know what's going to happen and shit. You guys don't see each other during the week?
No.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think that's good, and people think it's weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, man, that way you have
like, a life.
You have a life, and then, like, when the vacation's coming up, you're like, oh, man, like, I'm looking forward to seeing her or him. It's like, cool, the weekend's here, like, you get excited.
It is. It does.
Because you see him every day, you might start to get like, fuck, man, I already saw you. Like,
right.
I have shit to do sometimes.
I don't know if people do it seeing each other every day. We've already gone through our honeymoon phase, which is like the first 4 weeks, which we saw each other like every other day. I think it was convenient for us though. It was like, I would go into work and get out early, would do a little session before I go home. You know what I mean? Like, but it wasn't every day. And plus he has like, he's a dad, so he has to spend time with his son and stuff like that. And like, I'm a mom, so like, we got lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think if you hang out with your partner for like every day, it's like, especially if it's early in a relationship, it's like you're gonna burn out.
Exactly. You're gonna get tired of them.
You get tired,
and then you're gonna come off rude when you say like, "Hey, I just want to chill out."
Right.
And then you're gonna be like, what?
A rain check.
Or they start.
I don't feel like fucking right now. I just want to chill, and they get all upset.
Then you're like, "Fuck, my pussy stink."
Right. Did you cheat on me? Did you already have sex? No, dude, we're fucking human, and I want to relax. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I just want to sleep.
Yeah,
Thanks.
like I just want to kick. Can we just watch a movie and kick it? That's like the old. Oh my god, I had this like conversation with him. I was just like, literally, that was me, because I'm such a giver. I'm a server. I feel like I'm there to fuck. Like, okay. I'm like your slut. I'm like your concubine. You know what I mean?
Here's your hole for your penis.
Yes, like
enjoy.
Right, and there's multiple holes.
Fill them all up.
Yeah, filling me up.
20 on each.
And then, so he was the first guy ever to be like, "Oh, we can just kick it. Like, I love your company. Like, we don't have to fuck."
He sees you as a person.
He sees me as a person,
and not just a whole.
And I'm like, that's like, I've been really training, like, letting go of those old habit thinkings of like, you know, and I think something that us women need to start grasping that is, you know, and let the man enjoy your company, you know. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how women do it too, where like, oh, they're not gonna get any of this poon for 30 days. He's gonna have to get to know me for 30 days. Like, that's pretty extreme.
30 days? Yeah,
it's pretty extreme, but I get the idea. But it's like, honey, like,
I do think if you get to know them as like a friend and person first, like genuinely, without, if you remove like the sexual part of it in the beginning, like early beginning, that they kind of like enjoy your company. Right. And so then like the sex is like a plus. Like, right. It's like, okay, cool. But I also like chilling with you. Right. Because a lot of times you have sex really early and you fog up. Yes. You don't even know, like, do I like them or do I just like fucking them? Yeah. And so you don't even know, like, well, I just want to fuck. And so you don't really know if it's like, I like them or just want to fuck.
Yeah, and that fog, no, yeah, talk about it. Like, that fog can lead up to even, do I like him? Even some women, we women, like, jump to that conclusion where it's like, okay, we're fucking. That's what we're here to do, is to fuck. He's supposed to fuck me. And they're like, oh, shit, I think I love this guy. But you don't even know him. He doesn't even know you. Yeah. And it's that fog. It's like, no, it's lust. That's what it is. You know, people will be like, thinking that they're falling in love, and it's just like, no, it's lust. It's lust. Like, exactly. He doesn't even know your favorite color right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he still doesn't know where you work. He still hasn't locked that in because he's not interested in you, you know. Yeah, I
mean, not that you required him to, but like, he has no need to.
Right, yeah. Like, and you can tell by like his actions when you guys first meet up, and then, you know, within the month or two, like, he's not generally asking how's your day or like following up questions or things like that. Then like, y'all just there to fuck. And if that's your guys both MO, then listen, cool. It works then. Yeah. It's working for you.
But how many times does that work? Like, how many times are the two on the same page? Like, there's always going to be one that's like, oh, I think I like them. Yeah. And the other one's like, well, I thought we understood. Like, this is just...
You see, that's us. That was us for the first year.
Oh,
like,
really?
We were like... our relationship was so in limbo. It was kind of like we both went into it like we just want to have fun. And I wasn't really trying to get anything serious with anyone. I wasn't planning. I literally was just like, I was already talking to this one dude before, and I was like, you know what? Like, I'm tired of this dude. Like, I want somebody else. Like, legit.
You're like, next.
Like, next. For real. I was like, you know what? Next.
And then what made you...
And then...
you missed him.
No, he had hit me up before, and he's always wanted to hang out, but I was skeptical.
Oh, okay.
And I met him twice, and I was very skeptical, and I was, you know, fuck it, you know what I mean? Like, I've never really met somebody online, and so
like an app or
like an app or Instagram or anything like that. Yeah, and it was. I take that back. One dude. I'll let you know about that story too, which is funny. But my man now, like, I met him at his store. Like, it was more like a physical thing that I met him, and then more organic. And I was like, you know what? I was skeptical too. I was like, I don't know. Like, he wasn't like the most finest, good looking man, and I like my man fine. Like, I like my fine man, but sometimes fine men are like boring and dumb and like.
Like dumb, like sums it up.
All
Boring
like
and dumb. Yeah.
boring and dumb.
Useless.
And useless.
Yeah.
They take too much time
They
to
be feeling
themselves.
too much.
Yeah. And they're very. And I had a boyfriend like that. That was like very good looking, and he's very cocky.
Oh.
But so I finally hung out with my man.
Were you skeptical because he wasn't fine?
Yeah.
Oh, shallow of you.
He knows.
Oh, he knows?
Yeah.
He's like, you ain't shit.
Yeah, I was skeptical. I'm a very skeptical person.
Like, I don't like uglies, but
yeah, I was like,
you can buy me dinner.
We didn't fuck until like the third day.
Third date?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the first date was pretty sick. We went to go see Freddie Gibbs.
Oh, okay.
At Vibes. And the second date, we just kind of like hung out, and I was like, oh, I don't know. And the third date, I was like, I'm a very like skeptical too, and I'm like, sometimes I get weird and I don't know what to do, and even though I'm back in my head and it's like, no, Suzette, just do it. Like,
was it like, let me fuck him to see if we're even compatible?
Let me just fuck him to see if he's even good.
Oh, okay.
If he's even like, because obviously I already digged him. After those 3 days, I was like, oh, this guy's really dope. Like, we get along. Like, we could talk about music. We can talk about things. We got very common similar likes and stuff. And then we fucked, and I was like, oh my God, like, game changer. It was a fucking game changer.
Is he the one that finally sucked your toes?
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to you, my guy.
And I told him my analogy.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. And I felt bad. I was like, I don't think that you do, but it was just like, you popped all kinds of my cherries.
Oh,
which is nice. He popped all kinds of my cherries.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Some girls don't like
Liked it. I was like, oh, okay. It heightens my sensitivity, or heightens the experience, or like the sensation. Yeah,
okay.
it really does. But I'm like, now I'm not like, suck my toes now.
Y'all shoving it down his mouth. He's like, oh fuck.
No, but it's cute. It's cute. Like, it was all organic too. Everything that had happened, it was all organic. So.
Is he a feet guy?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was more like, it's more kind of like, it's part of sex type shit. It was more like,
he's kind of like, like part of his bag of tricks. And
yeah, it's part of his like something
my
you
routine
do
or some
like
shit.
he does. It's not. It doesn't happen all the time.
Oh, okay.
But it usually happens when we have those long sessions and stuff like that. But no.
I'm over here calling long pussy whack, and you're like, I lost.
No, that man has great stamina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You going for long?
Yeah, I like the Energizer Bunny. Yeah, so after that, I stopped talking I stopped talking to everybody.
Cut them all off.
I cut them all off. And
so you guys a couple? Like, that's your man, or that's your man?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm his shorty. That's my man.
Okay. That's what's up.
It's nice. It's funny because, like, I'm very private. I don't be posting shit on Instagram. And there's, like, dudes that always try.
Well, because they don't know.
They don't know.
So respectfully.
Yeah. So I finally posted a photo of him, and some people were like, well, finally.
Oh, did you go on a trip with him?
I got on a couple of trips with him.
To like Cancun?
No.
That was somebody else?
I wish. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because I remember you had posted a picture of like a guy grabbing your ass.
Oh, that was in Vegas.
Oh, it was in Vegas. But that was him?
We go to Vegas or Harris.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said Harris. My bad.
I'll leave it.
Yeah,
we're gonna go find you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense then.
Yeah, we do little trips out there.
That's cool though that you guys have like that kind of like
and he's very homebodied too, so it's not like he doesn't get bothered by me not posting him. He's like, you do whatever the fuck you want.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I love it. He lets me wear whatever the fuck I want. It's like that meme where like it's Coco and iced tea.
Oh.
And she's like with the shopping bags, like all hoochied out, and he's like,
and shit. Yeah.
He's like, that's my girl. Like that's us. It's nice. It's really nice. It's comfortable.
To be able to be yourself.
To be around and be myself and things like that. Especially the shit that I do.
Yeah.
Especially being on the podcast, or if I wanted to, like I was in JA's music video, me shaking my ass and shit, or, like.
And you about it, like you posted like, I twerk.
Yeah.
Peep.
Like I don't mind shaking my ass, and he's like, run that thing, like and I think it has to do with a good trust too, and like he knows me enough to be like, if you really know me enough, you know that I'm like not gonna go off and talk to anyone.
Right.
Like I'm not that type of chick. Like I'm definitely not that. Obviously,
it's important to to get to know your your person.
Yeah.
Like really well, like know what they like.
Right. And who they are, because it's like, and who they are. You got to get to really know how your man is, how your girl is, because when they do go off and do their thing or we hang out with your friends, you trust them. And you're like, oh yeah, if there was like a guy that comes up to me and like, I 9 times out of 10, I'm an asshole. I'm a bitch. Naturally, not because I have a man.
Right.
Naturally, don't talk to me. I'm already like, don't talk to me type person.
Yeah.
You know, so without a man.
Even more.
Yeah, even more. I'm like, you know.
Yeah. I remember the first time that when me and Kat started dating, that I was like, okay, like cool. She went out with her friends and somebody I worked with ran into her. She didn't know him, but he knew who she was because of my pictures.
Oh, okay.
And so he stopped her and was like, hey. And she's like, what? And she's like, aren't you Jonah's girl? And she's like, yeah, and what, you got a problem with him? And like popped off on him. And I was like, and she told me, and I was like, babe, that's my coworker. And she's like, I'm so sorry. Like, she's like, I didn't know what he was like trying to do. Right. And I thought he had like a problem with you. And I was like, damn, that's dope, because, you know, like it wasn't. Writer. Yeah, it wasn't like she was like, entertaining or anything like that. So I was like, okay, all right, cool. I like that. Yeah,
women out here be entertaining shit. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Let's see how far this goes.
See, and a lot of women like the thrill of like chasing dudes who have like women crazy. And shit. Yeah. Yeah,
that's crazy. Like, no, I wouldn't want to do that. And I tell myself, like, you got to be grateful who you have already. Like me and my homegirl went to this basketball game, and like there was this like good looking man, and I'm like, yeah, but he's good looking, but like there's always something about good looking man that's like, you know. And sure enough, he gets up and this fool was wearing hoochie shorts. I was like, I can't see. Like
he's a hoe.
Like he's all about himself. And it just gives me back to like, you know, I'm so grateful for the guy that I have now. Like this fool's like fucking top tier, and like. You got to be grateful who you have. You know, a lot of women, like, if you're not happy with what you have, then don't cheat, dip, and then, you know.
But it's like, I don't know. I'm just saying, but, like, I think they were probably like, well, let me see what I can pull and then still keep which is fucked up, right? Like,
it is.
Let me see what's out there, but, like, keep him or some shit like that.
And they have the audacity to get mad at their man for cheating on her, and she's like over here plotting some shit,
right? She's like, but I didn't do it. It's like, but you wanted to. I don't know. I mean, I feel like dating these days is rough, man.
Yeah,
I feel bad,
especially with the social media gang and stuff.
Yeah, I just heard like a wild story of like 2 girls who were like fucking the same dude, and I was like, dang, and they know about it. That's, I don't know. Back in my day, that's weird.
Yeah.
Like, that's like a cat fight or some shit. And I was just like, oh my God, girl. Like, and exchanging stories. Like, what do you... What
they have a threesome then? What the fuck?
Yeah, right?
I wish I... What?
You're like, my dream.
That's my dream. Why not y'all fucking then? Weird.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, social media games fucked up, though. A lot of the ideals of relationship. And, you know, that's why I really try, like, that's why I try not to get so mad about like the things that he does on Instagram. Like he doesn't really do shit, even like the girls' photos or anything like that, or who he follows, or like there's 2 more people he followed, let me see who it is. Like women are nuts. My friends like that, she fucking will go through like all the followers and like the likes, who's new, and like who's that girl, and that's like causing too much strain on the relationship and
on yourself. Like you're stressing yourself out. My boy, he was like one of the original guests on the podcast. He's dating somebody and he's like, bro, the other day she told me she went and listened to those podcasts. Yeah. Like those first ones. And I was like, what? I was like, how'd she even find out? Like, you haven't been on since then. Yeah. Since they're like 1 and 2 or whatever. And he's like, she went through my tag photos, and I was like, she was scrolling, bro, like 3 years worth of scrolling to find that. I was like, damn, that's stressful.
No, I've done my share. I've done that when I was pregnant with my baby daddy like 10 years ago, and I got caught to the point where like I called this bitch up by accident, and I liked this girl's photo, and it was bad. It was bad to the point where like when we when I did the like child custody report, and you're supposed to like you have like all the supporting documentation.
You put screenshots?
This was like Facebook at the time, and like you know, in Facebook it has like the people that you also follow, and it populates the people that you tend to go to, like you know. So it's all the people that you click to their profile a lot. So it would be that chick. Like, so I printed out his profile because he had said things about like Father's Day that wasn't true. Oh. And so of course you'll see like that bitch right there, and I was like, listen, like I look crazy.
Looking back, you're like, what the
fuck? I mean, I've been there, done that, and I can say that all of that was based off like emotions and insecurity. For sure. People gotta love yourself enough to like not let that bother you, and like know your partner.
Yeah. What happened with that guy you met online?
Okay, that story. Okay, so I met this dude online because he was like mutual friends with people, and I was like, okay, I'll take it, right? Like, you seem cool, like. And then I live down south, he lives in southeast, and he was like, oh, do you want to like meet up? And I was like, yeah, like, no, I was like, I'm gonna try to. I'm bad at spitting game. Like I'm worse at spitting game or try.
You
like,
can't shoot for shit.
I can't shoot for shit. And I go like, okay, can you just come? Like, let's meet down south. Meet me somewhere down south. Like, you would think like a man would. This is the first time meeting. You want to meet where the woman's at, where she's comfortable with that, right? Yeah. He was like, oh man, I don't want to really drive out down there. And I'm like, okay, you just got points off. You don't tell me that. Like, you don't tell. That's like weird. That's like, okay, that's points off. And I was like, all right, well, let's meet halfway. And so we met like at a Denny's off East Street or whatever, right?
Oh, okay.
And so like I was like, okay, like let's see where this goes. So we go and we meet, and like he was getting really too close. Like, I don't know why men like do this. Touchy. Like, okay, we just met. We're barely like getting to know. Like, we're not even barely started.
Shook my hand.
Yeah. This is the first time meeting.
He's all grabbing your ass.
Like, his hand was on my thigh.
He's like, I seen you twerk. Come on, girl.
Would you do something for me?
Yeah.
No, he was really getting close, and I was like kind of like giving him the sign,
like in a booth or something.
On the booth, yeah. I was getting really.
First of all, that's a red flag. Sit across. What are we doing?
No, I don't know why men think it's okay to like really jumpstart that type of relationship. Yeah. Like, I've met a few men who are really quick to just touch you, hug you, kiss you. And so like, and then he started talking about like couples, like, oh yeah, like Gucci and or Barack Obama and Michelle, like just talking about power couples. And I'm like, it was bad. And I didn't really eat. I was like, I just really wanted
probably
to
just
like
uncomfortable already.
I was uncomfortable already, and then this would just order like a club sandwich or whatever, right? It was time to like check out, and it was like $7, and this fool's card got declined or something. Lying. Yes, I felt so bad, and I'm like, bitch.
You're like, no pussy for you.
No, not at all. This fool wasn't even getting pussy from the first time we met. From sitting down in that.
Broke boys don't get no pussy.
No, broke boys, and like, like doing too much.
The whole check was $7.
Yes, he just ordered a club sandwich. I didn't order anything.
Nothing.
No,
I
just water. Yeah.
And it got declined.
Did
you play?
Yeah, I paid for it.
Oh,
I was like, don't worry about it, bro. He was like, he fumbled. He was like, oh, let me go get my other card from the car. Let me go get a little like excuses. I was like, no, bro, it's okay.
Wow, that's so embarrassing, bro. I got this, bro. You know what? I feel bad because every guy has like their broke moments.
This fool's page talks about how he's like an entrepreneur, how he's about humanitarian, that he works. I think he was telling me he was working at Amazon or whatever.
Oh, wow.
Like, he's like supposed to be good, but had trouble paying for $7 club sandwich. I did
that Instagram front, you know.
Instagram front.
Like, just be honest with yourself.
That's why I was like, never again I could ever like really hang out with somebody that I like met through Instagram. Like, all the dudes that I've met, like, and fucked were someone that I met
in person. Oh, okay. Damn. Never mind. Don't shoot your shot.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be real fine and like.
like fine.
And then be funny. Like, no, I wouldn't. I really enjoy that. I really appreciate the dude that I have now.
Is he funny?
Yes.
Oh, that's important.
Very funny. That's exactly what I was looking for. And I was like, you know what, God? Like, I really want somebody who's got, who can make me laugh, who's got good taste in music, and can put it down. Or give me experiences. That's what I was looking for, experiences.
Right.
And sure enough, like, I got them all.
In one?
In one. This fool, like, gave me all these experiences. Is still giving me experiences. It's funny. Like, this fool is like, doesn't have to try to be funny. Like, this fool's funny.
Just naturally
funny. He's not like a goofball. Like, you know, sometimes goofballs could be too annoying.
Yeah, because like you're trying too hard.
You're trying too hard. Like, sit down. But no, he's like very funny. He helps putting shit. I love when someone puts shit in perspective, because I feel like I can, and I need someone to be like, I hear you, but this is the way it's supposed to be. And I'm like, okay. Like, because I overthink a lot and I overanalyze. So it's nice to have someone who's like, you know,
like, sit your ass down.
Let
me show you. Let
me
put you on game.
Makes me laugh about it and puts me on game about it. And then has great taste in music. Like, him and I, like.
That's bad important to have somebody who can, like, help you grow, like, mentally. Yeah. And not just like tell you to, like, nah, you're stupid. Let me tell you, like,
or you're dumb. I hate
help
that
you
shit.
Understand, like, well, check this guy. Let me put you on game. Like,
I need some tailbone in the feedback.
Yeah.
You know, if your feedback is kind of like, oh, do whatever you want, babe. I hate that. Do whatever I want. There's no tailbone in that feedback
at all, right?
Yeah.
Pussy people are annoying.
Yeah.
Like, it just like really just let anybody disrespect you or talk to you any type of way and shit like that. Like,
right.
I don't know. I can't fuck with it. It's kind of hard.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, I really don't want to give up on something like that. So I'm off the streets, y'all.
You for sure would have got dumped by old girls, man.
Yeah, I definitely got. I'm definitely off the streets. I'm
That's
pretty
good.
happy.
I never knew you were on the streets.
Right, I wasn't even on the streets
so
like
low
that.
key.
I'm so low key.
That's dope.
Yeah, I kind of have to be. I'm gonna like to be, because there's like creepers and like I have
never
a family. No, but you know what? There was one weirdo stalker the other day, like but at my house.
Oh,
it was
damn.
weird.
There's a lot of creepy people down in the South Bay too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why even now I think women right now, there's a high rate of human trafficking at its highest right now.
Yeah, that's just scary. You remember, like, during COVID, like, it was kind of like enhanced almost.
Right.
Like, ladies, I was at Target and this guy was following me around and shit.
Yeah.
And I remember telling Kat, I was like, I don't want you going by yourself, like, at night.
Right.
Like, if it's not with me, you don't have to go.
Oh.
Like,
no, for sure.
Like, we're not gonna have like a take it moment. Like, I don't have those skills.
Yeah. No, I know.
I can't find you.
I remember one time, this was recently, I went to Walmart to get like a battery change, right? And you know how when they're done with your car, they park your car to the side. So I go to my car and this truck comes right in front of me and kind of like looks at me and stuff like that, and like I don't think of it, and I was like, all right, it's whatever, another dude, whatever. And I'm like in my car trying to pick a song and get ready to go. And he legit pulls up to the side, and I can tell he's trying to get my attention. He's trying to look at me like, hey. And I'm just kind of like ignoring him. Like, I see in my preview that you're right there. I'm just going to pay him no mind because, one, I don't know you. Two, I'm not going to feel like trying to hit at you. We're in my car. I'm in my car. And three, like, I don't know if you're a stranger danger. Right. And like, that's what they think about men. Men, even if, like, let's say if he wasn't a stranger danger, he was like legit trying to see what's up.
Yeah.
You got to take a caution that like women are in like survival mode right now. Like, you got to understand that there's creepers out there and you're coming off as one. Yeah. You know, and a lot of men don't see that they're coming off as a creeper. You kind of have to, like, as a man, low-key, make them feel comfortable without even like knowing them to like, and that's weird too, right? Yeah. Because you're like, well, that's weird too. Like, how am I going to be like, hey, I'm not a kidnap. I'm not like going to traffic you. And he's like, why would you say that? Yeah,
like, yeah.
I know. And he starts grabbing my attention, and I like trying to like I pull off, I look at my rearview mirror, and this fool pulls off too. Oh shit! Oh hell no! I'm fucking jetting right now. Yeah. Like, I have to like lose this guy. Like, are you kidding me?
You're in a movie now. You're like,
I'm in a movie, like
running lights. And
Changing flick
the whole time he was like, you left your phone on top, bro. Like, fuck, I was trying to reach out to you about your extended warranty.
You forgot your keys.
You forgot your keys, and you're like, nah, me. Yeah.
Weirdo. And then the other day too, like I drove off to drop off my daughters at school. We got in the car. First we got in the car, and this guy in this car like slowed down on the road and just looked, staring and looking. And there was a car behind him, and he kept slowing down. And then he pulled over to the right, and I go, okay, whatever. Like, maybe he's just... Motherfuckers stare all the time, which is annoying. And I'm like, maybe it's just...
Well, stop being pretty. What the fuck? That's your fault.
Yo, it is weird because it's like, I feel like I'm like, it would be my worst day. No makeup, nothing. Motherfuckers still be staring. I'm like, yo, you got a problem.
You're like, I see myself?
Yeah.
Sir.
Wrong day, wrong time. No, oh, you like ugly bitches, huh?
He's like, oh, look at that. She don't even got papers.
She's all fucked up. No, and then I drop off my daughter, and this is at the end of this like T, of the cul-de-sac and shit, or like a T, and or a dead end. And then he stops at the stop sign, slows down, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I drop my daughter off. They're inside. They're good. And then I had like a half a blunt that I wanted to smoke. Like, I have this little smoking spot. And then I go, let me go. And then I go straight, and this fool, he's in front of me now, right? And I'm behind him. This fool slowed down, pulled over to the side so I can be in front. So and I go in front, and then he was following me up the street, and I fucking had to lose him. I was like, yo.
That's creepy. It is tough being a woman. Being a woman.
Yeah.
Being a woman.
It is.
That's right.
Yeah, woman. Woman.
It's tough. You never know who's like.
You never know.
People's intentions and shit.
And then the other day, too, I was at Rite Aid, and someone left like a chocolate covered wrap, like a gold coin, a chocolate covered gold coin candy on my window.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, oh hell no. Like, I fucking flicked that shit off.
Yeah, that's like, remember, like zip ties on the doors,
zip ties,
and shit like that?
or like paper or hand handkerchiefs or something. Like, yeah. And then, oh my god, and the guy next to me, he was in a white car too, and he was like, the weird ass face, dude, creepy old white man just looking at me all like, and I'm like,
his fantasy, he's a little Latina.
Oh my god. I was like, oh hell no. Good thing no one was following me then, but
damn, you be having all kinds of encounters, girl.
This was like recently. This is legit the past two weeks.
Wow. You need to have your man with you at all times.
No, and I need to get like a
You don't carry like pepper spray or a knife?
No, I need to. And I do a lot of things by myself. Like, I grocery shop a lot on my own. I try not to bring my girls with me. Yeah, because
then you gotta like pay attention to them. Yeah, you like, that's tough. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's creepers out there. I always, even when we're around, I'm like, girls, there's crazies. There's crazies out there.
I never even thought about that. Like so like kind of like as a man, kind of like male privilege, I guess. Like, we don't ever think male like privilege. Somebody's gonna rob us or like rape us or anything like that. And I used to tell my sister, like, why don't you let my niece walk to school? It's like 2 blocks. And they're like, yeah. What, are you kidding me? Like, no. And I was like, it's 2 blocks. Yeah. Like, I used to walk that. Like, it's not a big deal. And they're like, stop. Like, that's not going to happen. And then now I was like, fuck. Good thing they never did.
Right. Yeah, no, it's scary. It's unfortunate. Weirdos out there. Yeah. Especially, like I said, I live down south. The border's right there. Motherfuckers
are... A bunch of creepy dudes and shit.
People are going to want to, like... do a body count.
Yeah.
You know?
A body count. They're like, that's a good one right there. That's a good
one. Let me bring her over.
She'll bring in good money.
Yeah, she'll bring in some good money.
That's scary as shit. I feel bad for the people, like the parents. Imagine. Yeah. That's terrifying. Your child's missing. You can never find them.
Oh my God, I couldn't imagine.
No. That's fucking horrible.
I'd be fucking pissed.
Yeah. Somebody has to die.
Someone's going to, there's going to be blood in my hands.
There's no.
Yeah.
Ends it for buzz. Like, somebody's dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. You live an interesting life, girl. Last time you came, it was like more like I don't know if you were like kind of reserved or something, but it was more like you were talking about like what you do for work and all. It's just like, which was work. Awesome. Oh yeah.
I'm still reserved.
But like this side of you,
because the man didn't pop my cherries last time.
Oh, like, he was on that bullshit. He wasn't sucking toes.
Yeah.
But did you have a threesome with him?
With the guy that I was talking to before?
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did with him one time. It wasn't like a full on threesome because she was like she was really reserved. She was like more on me.
Oh, she was like, I'm here for the woman and woman.
Yeah,
experience.
and she was kind of tired. I was like, bitch.
He's like, what the?
Because like I feel like sometimes too at the same time like the main thing for a threesome is like your man is like the king, right? And you like the women's supposed to like, you know, stroke pleasure the man, pleasure him, and you know, like that's why.
Like aside from being your thing, like it's like fulfill a fantasy for him.
Yes, very much so. Like it's for. I just so happen to enjoy it myself.
Right. Yeah.
But other women, but I mean, like for the main show is for him.
Look at you.
Take notes, ladies.
I don't know, but that last guy was dumb.
Yeah, I mean, he was just really, really busy. He didn't really have time.
Yeah.
And
when he does have time, he's gonna be like, fuck.
It was more like a friend fantasy relationship. My friend put it together so beautifully. It was like a friend fantasy. He was like a good friend because he was like one of my best friends. Like I legit could talk to him about anything and everything. But it was also a fantasy where it's like we don't even be fucking. Mm-hmm. You know, like we really wouldn't be fucking. Like we would go months without like at least for me to give him some top.
So it was like a solid friendship.
It was
occasional
sessions like we
That's
hardly
dope.
Even when we when I started talking to my man, like I was talking to him still. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to stop talking to him because I realized that I would reserve a lot of my vulnerability from my man because I would give it to the other dude. I would be more vulnerable because he was serving that best friend role. He was like legit, like I can easily talk to him about anything and everything. And I was like, okay, when and I got really like serious, I was like, okay, I'm gonna need to stop talking to this dude. I don't want to. And that's when like our relationship became more serious. I was like, okay, you know, we're really now exclusive. We're not in limbo.
Oh, because then it's like you're my go-to.
Yeah,
like I don't have somebody else who's like taking up those conversations.
Right. Yeah. And I was kind of like, I think too, like I had these like old habit thinking where if I'm just fucking you, I'm just fucking you. Why would I bring any of my issues into this? Like we're just fucking. Right. You know what I mean? Like all my past dudes, like I would like my fuck boy. You're just like my fuck boy. Why would I tell you?
You're not gonna vent to me.
Yeah, I'm not. You know. Versus this dude, I was like, all right. Like I think.
Did he feel some type of way? When you cut him out?
Oh yeah, a little.
Of course. He's like, I mean, we didn't fuck all the time, but still.
Yeah.
It was there.
Yeah. But he understood. He gets it. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. Yeah. You know, like we weren't fucking. He got mad at me. Like we weren't together like that. You know.
He's like, you couldn't wait just a few more years.
Oh, a few more years. We're already known this man for like 8 years. So.
He's like, I was at 10. I was gonna make the turn. And wife you up.
I gave you time.
Yeah.
I gave you time. Yeah. I gave him time. And it's not like, let's say if, you know, things got very successful for him and his app and things blew. And I wish greatness for this man. I really do hope that his app, like his idea of his app is incredible. And even if he sells it for a couple millions of dollars, like he said, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be a bitch and be like, okay, peace out. Now I'm going to be back with my best friend. No. You know what I mean? It's just like... If it was really for the money, I would have tried to stick it out, but
or keep them there.
Yeah. You know, but you know, it's not about that, you know. And I wish him well. Yeah. And
you're not gonna like fuck up what you have.
No, I don't want to fuck up what I have.
Fulfilling so many of your like wants in life and shit.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and he can't. He's too busy right now, so it's cool. You know. Yeah.
Like, I miss you though.
Yeah, I mean, I would only miss like my best friend aspect. You know what I mean?
Your go-to.
My go-to. Yeah. Right.
You think it's a mask? You think it's okay or good to share everything with your partner? I always had like this thing like, because when you vent, like sometimes you're gonna vent about your partner. Mm-hmm. And you need, because you can't vent to them because then they feel like you're attacking them, right? Like you have to like have somebody to be like, oh, I just need to like get this off my chest. But you can't always do that with like your partner.
I wouldn't think so either. I mean, I think you can, but you can't because I think you can because you don't want to overdrain him, right?
Right.
You don't want to like
exhaust him with your issues.
It becomes overwhelming, and I think that's why you have other best friends. I think that's why you should have like your female friends, but also have discernment. Mm-hmm. Right, because sometimes you talk to your best friends and they give you fucking toxic ass
horrible advice on leave them, girl. Like, no,
yeah,
you just didn't wash the dishes. Like,
right. So it's all about discernment too, and like also there's times where like, yeah, you want to vent, and that's just venting. You may not want any advice. You may not need advice.
You just want to release.
You just want to let it out.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like sometimes your partner then should be there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for those situations, yeah, I feel like, well, yeah, I mean, if we're going to be lifelong partners, yes, you're going to hear me vent. Exactly. The fuck? Like,
I told Jen that because Jen will sometimes, like, we have a friendship, which is cool, but and then she'll sometimes, like, vent to me, and it's like, jokingly, I was like, hey, like, I already do that with Kat. Like, that's my girl.
Yeah.
I'm expected to do that. Like,
yeah.
I don't want more.
Right. That's cute.
And she was just kind of like, oh, you know, I was like,
yeah.
But like, you know,
but if
cool.
she's doing it in a way where she's like, I need another male's perspective, you would then come in handy.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's just
it's just like, I'm just
regular mundane things.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
I already have that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I feel like it's okay to vent to your partner. When it comes down to everything, I would assume so. Yeah, I would assume that you should be able to tell your partner everything because that's your partner. Like, it should ideally is your best friend. Ideally, it's becomes one. So you should be able and comfortable enough to express whatever you want to express. And at the same time, your partner should be already kind of like acceptive of that, learning to like receive that. So he has to learn to then not take that personally, and to see it as, okay, she's just venting, and let me see if I can like see with my man, he makes me laugh.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like laughing is not one of those things where like you shove it under the table. It's one of those things like you bring in enlightenment into the situation.
Yeah.
And so
it kind of like diffuses any like weird thing or overthinking. If you're overthinking, like it helps you like
diffuse that,
get rid of that. Like she was sick the other day when we went to urgent care, and she wasn't feeling well. But I was like I was cracking her up at the in the waiting room, and she's like, "Babe, stop!" And I was like, just kept going. I was like, "But I'm helping you, like." You're not thinking about it now. Like, because then, you know, when you're sick, you overthink it. Like, what, am I dying? Like, I'm about to die. I have COVID. I have COVID 25. Yeah. Like, I'm going to die. And so it was just like cracking her up at the thing. Is just like, that's just what I like to do.
Right.
It's like, laughter is a medicine.
It is. It sure is. And then one of the things that me and my friend, my friend fantasy guy, like
friend fantasy, I like that. That's a new category.
Friend fantasy guy.
Pouring it off, friend fantasy.
you just talk on the phone for like forever. They finally at the end like smash or whatever. He put this in good perspective where it's like we have this relationship where I think it applies to a lot of relationships where when you become really comfortable with them and very like easily to be vulnerable with them, you start losing respect for them. So the more comfortable you are with somebody, the less respect that you have for that someone.
Really?
So it's kind of like, for instance, like I can easily talk to him about anything, everything, but then I can easily disrespect him by like not wanting to talk to him. You annoy me. Or like, you know, or like not being rude, easily being rude to him.
It's easier to be rude to him.
Easier to like, you know, like be stubborn around him because I'm now becoming more comfortable. You know, so there's that.
Yeah, because you wouldn't do it in the beginning.
You wouldn't have done it. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that in the beginning.
That's crazy. I never ever thought about that. That's interesting.
Yeah, so it's kind of like you don't want to lose that disrespect. I mean, you don't want to be disrespectful. You don't want to lose the respect for somebody.
That's true.
You know, and that's something that I'm learning a lot with my new man. Is just like, you know, I still want to have that respect there, and yet be more comfortable talking to him.
Yeah.
Because
it's like when people cuss at each other, or like bitch or shit like that. And it's at first you're like, oh, it's just joking, but then it's like,
right, exactly.
You got comfortable.
Yeah, the more comfortable you get, and you become more disrespectful to somebody.
Yeah,
very,
crazy.
very much so. Like, it runs unfortunately parallel with that. It goes with friends, family. If you see that dynamic, like it's like that, versus like a stranger, somebody you just met. You know what I mean? You act differently. Your behavior.
Boundaries need to be set.
Boundaries need to be set. Yeah, and that's something that like I feel like we need to check ourselves in relationships.
Yeah, in any relationship. Yeah. Like I had a friend. One thing I don't like is when people tell me to shut up, and they're like serious about it.
Yeah.
I'll like, hey, no, I don't like that. Like, don't do it again. You know what I mean? Because if you don't set that boundary, then it's just like shut up, fuck you. Right. And it's like the disrespect just goes
out the
uncontrollable. So you have to set your boundaries immediately.
Yeah. No, for sure. People need to respect people's boundaries too. A lot of people be like, fuck your boundary.
I have my little cousin was in town, and he's a close person.
Okay.
Like he just needs to be super close to you, and we were like chit chatting, and he kept. I would, you do that thing where you move, so like there's he would move with me, and he would, and he's like, hey, like a toucher to talk, and I hate that, and I was like, hey, bro, fuck,
I'm like, I'm right here.
It got to the point where I was like, hey, bro, scoot the fuck over, man, like on top of me is like anxiety and shit.
It's a lot.
And so I had to tell him, I was like, bro, and he got like kind of butthurt, and I was like, nah, man, this is like, I know we haven't seen each other in forever, but like. Understand, like I need space, man.
Yeah.
COVID, 6 feet, get back.
Yeah, people don't be realizing that they don't have boundaries, and they're just like whatever about it.
Yeah,
and they'll cross other people's boundaries because they don't have any boundaries.
And then they get disrespected.
Yeah, and
then
like,
they get in their feelings.
Yeah.
Respect each other, please. Your boundaries. Well, Suzzy, I appreciate your time hitting 2 hours here.
Okay.
It was fun.
It was fun. It was great. I wish Jen was here.
I know. She got caught up in traffic and
all good.
Couldn't make it.
Should have been
I'm going to make her feel bad.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Suzzy was so mad at you.
I'm going to unfollow her now.
Unfollow, yeah. No, follow her and then unfollow her just so she knows, like, it was me. Thank you again. What you want to plug your Instagram?
Yeah, you can follow me. I keep changing my handle, but it's Suzette.
Suzette.
Yeah. You can call me Suzzy. It don't matter. I just love my name. So it's SU triple U's, like Suwoos, ZZETTE.
And then you still do the West Coast Radio?
Yes. So you can follow us at westcoastradio.tv. We're just doing, interviews of artists. We this year we had like Little Maru, AZ Chike, we had 22G Faye. We have what's called the West Coast Extravaganza, or the experience. And so you get to see artists go through that with the rapid fire. More to come next year.
Nice. 2023, big things coming. Maybe Suzzy will come back and bless us with another episode.
Yes.
With Jen here.
Jen being here.
We'll check in on her
see
kinkiness.
if she's ever had a threesome.
Check in on Suzette's kinky adventures. And shit. Thank you again for coming through. I appreciate it. Till next time.
Yeah. You looking for me, you can find me at the spot. Chopping it up with Jonah, we talking about what's hot on the block. Up in Dago, man, we bumping. Keeping it confidential, you know this how we coming, we in front. Looking for that real, better tune in and stick by. Put on for the city every time that I dip by. Getting to that gritty every time that we sit down. Promise you it's real every time that I get round. Come on. Been in the field playing, we